Hi everyone, J. Lisa Swain here. I will get started in the next 5 minutes, right at 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for joining me. Alrighty. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm J. Lisa Swain, the Director of Customer Experience here at Teamzy. I know we've got a few people probably popping on the call now, but we'll go ahead and get started. So just some quick logistics. I want to thank you all for making some time. I know that this is, that busy time of year with the holidays just ending and the first of the year being here. Everyone's kind of focused and riding that energy and momentum from the first of the year. So I'm super excited to show you Teamzy. This is the perfect opportunity for you to kind of take a look at a new tool or a new system that you can implement into your business to try and build your team and your business long term. So I am super excited. I want to cover quite a few different things tonight. First things first, I'm going to give you that bird's eye view of Teamzy. So I'm actually going to share my screen. I'm going to take you through feature by feature, let you see what Teamzy has to offer. And then I'm actually going to dive into everything from setup through to day-to-day implementation. Because I know when you get in there and you're working the daily workflow, sometimes you want to know what it should look like and what you're going to expect. So that's what I'm going to go over today. Okay, so any brand new folks, if you're here just to get a quick glimpse, not to worry, I'm going to give you that great bird's eye view. And then, like I said, I will go ahead and show you what your power hour can look like with Teamzy. So after I've done that presentation, I'm going to carve out a full 30 minutes to jump into any specific questions any of you may have, okay? So I know we've got quite a few current users on the call, which is awesome, welcome. And if you have specific questions, go ahead and use your chat feature there to the right of your screen. It should be right or left, depending on the browser that you're using. So go ahead and jot your questions down there, and then I am actually going to answer them all in real time. So if you've got the time, hang with me. I'm going to get in there and kind of demo it for you in real time. So if you have a question about how something works, I can actually show you how it goes in Teamzy. Okay? So use the chat feature to pose any questions. We'll go over that in the last 30 minutes of the call today. And all of my contact information, I'm actually going to share that with you toward the end of the call. Because like I said, I am the Director of Customer Experience, and what that means for you is that I'm here to make sure you have everything that you need to get the most out of your time with Teamzy, okay? So that you can be the most successful in this business. So I want you to use me as a resource. If you're having any sort of a challenge with setup, with questions about how you do basically anything in the system, I'm your gal, okay? I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. So for me, this is what I'm here for, and I love to help. So you can call, you can text me, or you can email me, whatever is your preference. So at the end of the presentation, I'll go ahead and share my screen, and I'll get you all of that contact information. Alrighty, so gone over what we're going to cover today. And without further ado, let's talk about what is Teamzy, right? That's what you're all here for. So I hear all too often people describing it as the tracking app. And it's that and so much more, folks. And that's what's so exciting about today, is that I kind of get to show you some of the elements that you wouldn't necessarily see just kind of looking from the outside in. So Teamzy is, yes, it has incredible tracking functionality built in that's going to help you keep up with your progress. So you know where you stand with all of your clients, your customers, your coaches. That's what Teamzy is going to be really great at. Now, taking it that one step further, Teamzy is designed with a really great system to help you build your business, okay? To help you leverage your relationships, build them so that you can serve your customers really well in order to ensure future business for yourself. And I'll actually show you kind of how that works in the system and how the actual follow-up system within Teamzy can figure all of that out for you on a day-to-day, okay? So without further ado, let's take a look at what Teamzy actually looks like in the system, okay? You should now be looking at my Teamzy dashboard. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to take you through everything from setup all the way through to day-to-day. So this is actually what a brand new Teamzy looks like. If you do not already have a Teamzy trial, I recommend that you get one. It's the best way to really dive into the system and find out if it's what works for you. Because in that 30 days, you're going to have access to full functionality in the system. So think, you could actually commit yourself to 30 days of vigilant activity so that you can see a real benefit to your business, okay? So if you don't have a free trial, go out and get one. Now, once you've got your free 30-day trial and you log into Teamzy for the first time, you're going to be greeted either with your dashboard or it's going to redirect you automatically to your setup wizard, okay? The setup wizard is actually something that our amazing engineers have created to walk you through the setup process. because we know it can be sort of a little bit of a daunting process. Sometimes it's a little scary to consider the admin aspect of this. But the truth is, Teamzy allows you the opportunity to streamline your business. So in a day and age where we're connecting with people through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through Instagram, through email, it's all too easy for people to fall through the cracks. So Teamzy allows you the opportunity to bring in all of those lists from these external sites and these third-party services and bring it into one area so that you can make sure that no one's falling through the cracks. You're communicating and following up with everyone in your database. And what's more is you have all of the information at your fingertips, folks, without having to scrub any lists and find out where you left off last in your Facebook Messenger. I know the idea is beautiful and it's possible. So in Teamzy, when you're getting set up, I recommend that you utilize that setup wizard. If you're on your dashboard, go ahead and select your Take Me to Wizard. If you have dismissed this message, you can always click your little settings option here, and you've got your setup wizard link. So if I select Take Me to the setup wizard, Teamzy is actually going to let me outline for me exactly what the setup wizard is going to entail. So you know how long this will take, how much information you're going to have to collect, and what you're bringing in. Okay. So first step will be to set your income goal. So what Teamzy is going to do is it's going to, based on the income goal that you have for yourself, it's going to tell you exactly what to do every day in order to achieve it. Because ultimately having a goal is only one part of that, folks. It's important to have feasible milestones so that you can achieve your goals. And that's what Teamzy is going to do. And it's going to do all of this for you super quickly and easily in the background without you having to reinvent the wheel, for lack of a better term. Okay, so once we've set up your income goal, your second step is going to be create a powerful why, okay? So in Teamzy, we have found that creating a powerful why is will act as almost your armor as you go through this business. Now, network marketing is particularly challenging because you not only have to market yourself, your products, but you've got to build relationships and communities and a network. So in order to do that, you have to be willing to combat the challenges that come up, the no's that you're faced with. You've got to be able to withstand the challenges and the ebbs and the flows of this business. So creating a powerful why, or a reminder for yourself of why you got into this business, will actually end up being your resilience. It pushes you through that challenging moment. And Teamzy is actually going to walk you through that process. So if you've never created a why statement before, it may be something that's brand new to you, we've got a great exercise that's built right in that, again, will walk you through the step. So step number 3 of the setup wizard is going to be to import your contacts. Okay, so this is going to be that process where you actually start to get all of your lists in, whether it be from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from your email, and you're starting to add them all into one place in Teamzy. We've created really great tutorial videos for getting all of your lists exported from LinkedIn, from your online office, from Facebook. So check out the videos that we've got created for you. Each page has a tutorial video on it for you. So let's get started. Now, setting my income goal. Okay, when you're setting your income goal, I want you to consider, now I know that so many of you are already powerhouses in this market, and you're already doing incredible things and generating great revenue. But I want you to consider what your next 12 months will look like. We just came out of a strategic planning time. And if you thought about what you wanted your business to grow by this year, that's the number that you want to put in here. Because when you set an income goal, Teamzy is going to prompt you with suggested daily activities, okay? It's actually going to tell you how many activities you need to complete every day and to whom in order to stay on track with your overall goal. Because with our history, I'm not sure if many of you know, but Eric Johnson and myself have a background in business coaching. Eric's business coaching background is actually to the tune of the last 10 years. He has been learning and amassing some of the best principles for growing and building a business. And he and I actually have a specialty in technology. So with that, we decided that an online tool for Teamzy was going to be, was exactly where we needed to spend our focus and our time in order to help. So with that, what we found that when you're setting up your income goal, you need to have what's known as highly productive activities in order to keep you on task and on path with your overall goal. So that's what you're doing here is you're telling the system how much I'd like to make as my income goal for the next year so that it can crunch the numbers and tell you exactly what you need to do every day. So let's say that I wanted to set my income goal at $100,000 to start. If at any point you wanted to up your goal, you decide that, okay, I'm really killing it, I want to up my goal, you can always come back, revisit this, and adjust, okay? So we'll set our initial goal and hit continue. The system has now started to crunch the numbers for me. It lets me know, okay, I see your goal. And now with that in mind, you now need to connect with 2,899 of your prospects, current customers, or coaches throughout 12 months. I know that number is going to look very large when you're first getting started, but the system is actually going to break that down for you into bite-sized chunks so that you know exactly what to do on a daily and weekly basis without feeling overwhelmed, okay? So if you ever need a breakdown of what's going on this page or what am I doing in this portion of the setup wizard, go ahead and click on your tutorial video and it'll walk you through that process. Okay, so now the breakdown of those crunched numbers. So remember, we started at 2,899, a daunting number to say the least, okay? So now the system has told me based on your prospects, customers, and coaches, okay, the three major types that everybody falls into, if you're being honest with yourself, that's kind of how you view people now. So as people fall into these categories of prospects, customers, and coaches, the system has now crunched the numbers and let you know how many times you need to connect with each type on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. Now, these are numbers that are far more feasible. Can I connect with 6 prospects? Can I connect with 4 of my customers and 3 of my coaches? Easily. And in Teamzy, I can do that in less than 30 minutes a day, and I can't wait to show you that. So, in addition to my prospects, coaches, and customers connections, I also have goals for invites and adds to my overall database. Because when you're inviting people or taking that intentional action to introduce them to the business opportunity, you want to log that because that takes that extra step forward in getting you to your goal, okay? Invites and ads are vital to the overall process. Ads are basically going to be anytime you introduce a brand new person to your overall database, okay, or your overall list of folks that you're following up with. As you're connecting with people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Insta, wherever you're connecting with people, you should be getting in the habit of adding them into Teamzy manually, because then, like we said, Teamzy is going to monitor the follow-ups and make sure that they never fall through the cracks. So let's say that you're accepting your goal based on the recommendation from the system. You can go ahead and hit continue here. Unless you wanted to manually override your goal. If you take a look at this and you realize, you know what, I can do this easily, I want to up that goal, or vice versa, you can go ahead and adjust your goals manually. You'd hit continue here and it'll take us on to the next process. Okay, next portion of the setup wizard is going to be finding your why, okay? So willpower is something that everyone struggles with. I don't want you to take some personal reflection from this. We all need help with this. So what we've built in is actually a tool that allows you to create a powerful why statement that will act as a reminder for you as you go through your day. And this why statement will be present on your dashboard so that you've always got that reminder. Okay? You can check out this little video here, and like I said, it will go ahead and outline for you the whole why process and the finding your why exercise. When we hit continue here, it's actually going to walk us through that exercise that I mentioned. Because you may not have done this before, because you may not know where to start, it walks you through it step by step. So, why did you become a coach? Stop and consider the answer to each of these questions, because again, this becomes a reminder. It becomes your armor as you go out into the world and try and build your business and get met with challenges, whether it be large or small. Okay, so take some time, fill out your why statement. What we're finding is recently a few people are either starting the why exercise and maybe not completing it. If at any point you get through the setup wizard and you realize that your why statement is not on your dashboard, just come back into this area, hit continue on this page, and then make sure you click save and exit here. That'll make sure that it logs to your dashboard. Okay? So that's your why statement, and that's going to take us to the third step in the setup wizard, which is to set up your contacts or bring in your contacts. So You can, I've mentioned Facebook, I've mentioned your online office, I've mentioned LinkedIn, email providers. Ultimately, you can bring in any list of your clients, prospects, customers, coaches that you'd like, as long as they're in a specific format. So we've outlined those formats for you here. If you're having any trouble with your import process, I don't want you to get discouraged. Please don't run against that wall a million more times. Pick up the phone, shoot me a text message, give me a call, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to help. We've created really quick tutorial videos for you, which walk you through the process of exporting from your coach's online office. We've also got one here that walks you through the process of exporting from Facebook, and then ultimately how you then import those files into Teamzy. Super simple. Let me show you what that looks like here. I have a file already ready to go, so I'm going to hit continue. The system's going to redirect me to a page. It's going to remind me of the acceptable formats. So if you need a reminder, they're right here. It's ultimately CSV, the Facebook format, or COO. Now, I would simply choose browse for my file here. The system is going to run a scan, and it's actually going to give me the heads up when I am ready to successfully upload. It means that it can screen the format, and it can bring in the information, and I'm ready to move forward. So once I've got that green check mark, what I want you to do here is actually take a moment and toggle this option here, our advanced import options. What this lets you do is actually start to layer in some of those identifiers, some of the ways that you'll take a look at your prospect, customer, or coach and know who they are. So you can, if you know that everyone on this list is a 3-star or a 4-star or a 5-star, you can actually start your ranking process at the import stage. So if you're not familiar with ranking, we're going to actually teach you to prioritize all of your prospects, customers, and coaches so that you can prioritize your time and ultimately your resources, okay? So this is going to let you know who should I spend the most time with? Who should I be prioritizing my most valuable commodity, which is my time? Who do I spend more of that with? So that's what your ranking process is going to be. And after we bring in the contacts, I'll actually dive into the ranking a little more so you know exactly who falls into what category. So let's say that you know everyone is falling into a specific ranking. You can go ahead and make that identifier here. Otherwise, everyone is going to default to a 3-star ranking. That's going to mean something for the follow-ups, and like I said, I'll get into that in a minute. So if now you've set your ranks, you have the option to do something called tagging in Teamzy, which again is just another way of identifying your customers, your coaches, your prospects. If you happen to have a list of prospects who were interested in an upcoming challenge group or interested in a particular program or something along those lines, you could actually quickly jot that down here. So I'll use 21 Day Fix as an example. Let's say that everybody on this list is interested in 21 Day Fix. I came to that information by polling on Facebook, or I had run a Facebook group or something along those lines, and I've been able to collect that information. I can actually stipulate that, okay, these people are all interested in 21 Day Fix, so the system is automatically going to tag them all as I bring them into the system. Now, beyond the tags, you can do multiple tags also. If you wanted to, you just hit enter and then start to enter your next tag, okay? So member type. Member type is going to be the next identifier that you can choose to do sort of bulk at the import stage. You can say, okay, I just exported my list of customers from my coach's online office. The system is automatically going to tag them as customers, but you can always toggle the advanced import options and make sure that that happened, or you can do that with any other subsequent lists. So keep in mind that you can do advanced import identifiers as well. Okay, so when you're ready, you would hit continue. The system is going to let you know that it's automatically mapped all of the columns in your file, meaning it's going to put the phone numbers with the phone numbers, email addresses with the email addresses, and so on, okay? If at any point you want to confirm that all of your columns have been mapped appropriately, just go ahead and click Show Mapping. We'll hit continue on this page. The system will automatically run the screen and bring in the contacts on that file. and it will bring me to the next step in the process. Okay, before I move on, I do want to comment on duplicates. So as you're bringing in multiple lists, whether it be, like I said, from Facebook, from your online office, you may run into a situation where you do have duplicates. So Teamzy has an immediate duplicate filter built in. So what that means for you is it's actually going to screen for unique email addresses. So if anyone in your Teamzy if anyone that you're trying to import into your Teamzy already exists, Teamzy is going to remove them and leave you with one record. So if you have people on 2 lists and you're worried that Teamzy isn't going to catch them, check the email addresses. If they're the same, Teamzy will automatically go ahead and merge them up and leave you with one record. If you have somebody that used a different email address to sign up with you than they did in Facebook, which is super common, you may end up with some duplicates. Folks, you have the opportunity here to create a clean master list, okay? So there may be some manual cleanup, but I promise it's not going to hurt you. This is the best for your business. So in that, consider that we do have that immediate duplicate finder. If you have any challenges with that, or if you have any questions, like I said, you can reach out to me directly. So now that we have successfully imported our contacts, the last step is going to be to rank those contacts, okay? So ranking is so important because, like I mentioned a moment ago, Teamzy is going to get you in the habit of prioritizing everyone that you work with, whether they be a prospect, a customer, or a coach, so that you can ultimately prioritize your resources and your time. Because for most of you, you're working this business either supplementally to a larger career, or you have small children and larger lives that, are just, you have a lot of time responsibilities. So with that in mind, Teamzy is going to be driving you toward doing everything a little more efficiently, okay? And that's what ranking your contacts will do. It allows you to say, okay, my 5 stars, my absolute rock stars, the people that I want to connect with consistently, frequently, these people I'm going to follow up with every 30 days, okay? So if you rank someone a 5-star, that means that they're going to come up for follow-up every 30 days. Your 4 stars every 60, your 3 stars every 90, your 2 stars every 120 days, and your 1 stars will never show up on this list. Okay? So I will show you what that list is, where it lives, how you work it. We'll get into that in a minute. If you need a little more information about the ranking process, why you're doing it, what's the easiest way to do it, go ahead and select this video. Okay? We can save and exit. And it's going to redirect us back to that dashboard. Just like that, you have successfully completed your setup wizard, okay? So now, how do we interpret the information that we just brought into Teamzy? Let's take a look. So the page that I'm demoing for you right now is known as your dashboard. This is going to be the page that you're greeted with anytime you log into Teamzy. So what's really great is your dashboard is going to act as sort of your virtual accountability partner. It's going to let you know how close or how far you are to meeting those milestones that we've set, okay? So those milestones, like we said, are going to be the number of connections and the number of invites that we've set up for ourselves as a goal, okay? So when you're reading your dashboard, this is how you want to look at it. So here's my prospects. This is how many prospects I have left to connect with for the day. Now, this is a completely interactive dashboard. So what's great is as I begin to log the connections with my prospects and my customers and my coaches, this progress bar is actually going to fill in. So I know at one glance how close or how far I am to meeting my overall goals, okay? So this keeps you on track. So your dashboard is going to display for you number of connections left for the day and your total completed thus far. Now, in conjunction with your prospect, customers, and coaches, to achieve 100% completion for the day, you're going to need to complete your invites and your ads, okay? So make sure that these are ticking forward also. And I'll show you how to log all of that here in a minute. So those are your today's activities. Below today's activities on your dashboard, you've got your dailies section. This is just a really great way to kind of, to sort of, a checklist for you. A lot of other areas in Teamzy are designed around how you serve your customers and your coaches. This gives you an opportunity to actually check off the list of some of the things that you're working on. Have you posted to social media today? Have you committed some time to your personal development? Have you had your Shakeology? Have you done your workout for the day? These are a quick check mark and go, okay? did these for the day. Yay! Awesome. Okay, so below your dailies, you've got your Who's Up Next list. Now this, my friends, is where the magic happens. Okay, so you hear people talk about Teamzy like power hour, power hour, power hour. It's because Teamzy makes power hours fun, okay? You're gonna be able, because you've now prioritized everyone in the database, I told the system, okay, who I wanna connect with and when, it's now just gonna feed me 5 people at a time, bite-sized chunks, so I know exactly who to connect with. Okay, so let's say I needed to connect with, so I come down and it gives me my list of prospects that I need to connect with. You'll notice it's also siphoned out customers, coaches, and follow-ups. So you can get ultimately super focused on the activity that you're completing. So I log in for the day. I know I have 6 prospects to connect with. I would just head on down to my Who's Up Next list. It'll give me the next person that I need to communicate with, and I will have the ability to go ahead and log that connection. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of all of this, you're connecting with people in all different areas: Facebook, text message, phone calls, face-to-face, belly-to-belly, email. So Teamzy gives you a way to actually log all of those different types of connections while also keeping a track so you know where you left off with that customer, that coach, or that prospect, okay? So let's say, for example, let's take Rachel. Rachel has come up for follow-up on my list. She's a 3-star, so that means I have not connected with Rachel in the last 90 days, okay? If I wanted to quickly check what was the last thing that we connected about, I could select activity here, and if I had logged any activity for Rachel, it would be listed in this feed. So I'd be able to, from my dashboard, easily deduce where I left off with this person, how I connect with them, and now I can help. Okay, and this is what's going to keep your power hour super efficient. So I have access to her activity log. I have access to details. So that means any information that I have accumulated for Rachel until this point. So do I have her Twitter, her Facebook, her Instagram links, her birthday, spouse, children, all of that info, okay? Everything that I need to connect with her right now is available from the dashboard. Now, you've got a notes section here. If you ever need to make a quick note about that person, it's not so much a notation of a call or a conversation or anything. Let's say I happen to know that Rachel just found out that she's pregnant. Yay, pregnant. Okay, so I can actually make a notation there that she's pregnant and update that. The next time that I come into her record, I'll select notes and it'll have that log there and I'll be able to know, okay, that'll jog my memory, or again, these are notes to you from you, so make them as specific or detailed as you need them to be, but you have an area to keep that information quickly and easily. So that's your notes section. Now, how easy does Teamzy make connecting with these people? Sometimes it's difficult to know what to say or what to write in a quick Facebook message, even if it's the easy stuff, just the check-ins. Sometimes those can be the hardest, especially if you're not in the habit of doing it often. So we thought of that too. So Teamzy actually has a really, really great script feature built in. So if you select scripts here, which is actually going to be built into each and every record, so you'll have access to that, just go ahead and look for your little light bulb icon if you can't find it. You'll click on scripts, and what we've done is we've broken it down by the type of connection. So where you're connecting with these people. Facebook seems to be, Facebook is a really great way to connect with people. It's quick and easy. It's something that allows you to build on a friendship that you've already started. So if you're connecting with people in Facebook, check out our scripts. They're super simple, okay? We did not, there's nothing transitive here, but you are going to be able to make lots of quick check-ins without really applying too much thought, no fuss, no muss. You're just able to check in, show someone that you love them, I'm here if you need me, and then you can move on to your next task, okay? So those connections have been broken down by connect, by follow-up types. So really, if you're brand new to this business or somebody that's a veteran, long time, been with Beachbody, we all get started with someone brand new. That's the name of this game. You're always meeting new people, bringing people into your business, kind of bringing them into the fold. With that in mind, sometimes you will all get to the point, I hope, that you will grow to a point where it's difficult to create those incredibly, incredibly personal connections with each and every person when you are bringing in 10 or 20 people a day. That can be a little bit challenging. So know that Teamzy is built with the idea of scaling your business sustainably, okay? So utilize the scripts to connect with people. Connects are as simple as, hi Jane, just stopping by to say hello, how are you? I hope your day is awesome. So what I do when I log into my Teamzy, I'm actually gonna show you guys really quickly. So let's say I'm gonna open up my Facebook here. I'm gonna go ahead and open that in the tab next to me, and I'm going to, let's see what the first follow-up is here, because this is my first follow-up with Rachel. Okay, so this is awesome. So Rachel and I connected for the first time at a PTA meeting, and I promised her that I would follow up so that we could talk about her fitness goals. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to get into in-depth or, bombard her with business stuff or with product stuff. I just want to show her I'm a person. I want to show her I'm here and that I am going to hold up my end of this bargain and be there because I promised I would be. So I'm going to copy the script. We have a really great copy script option here. You can do highlight if you want to, copy and paste. It's your preference. So I will copy that. I'm going to head over to my Facebook and I can quickly just go ahead and we'll use Eric because Eric's the boss man. And I want to check in with him from time to time. So I'll go ahead and drop Eric a message really quickly. I would literally just adjust the name. Hi, Eric, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? I'll hit send, and just like that, I'll go back over to Teamzy. Okay, I've got that copied already. I'll come here, drop it into their connection. Let's say that I had completed that for Rachel. I know I logged it through Facebook. I indicate that it was a Facebook message. I didn't invite her to anything, so I'm not going to indicate that it was an invite, and I'll log that connect. Now, let's say it was an invite. Let's say I was inviting her to a challenge group that's up and coming. Okay, so I can select from this drop-down, challenge group, my friends. You can get super specific, detailed, but without the pen and paper, without the Excel spreadsheets with the colored columns. Oh dear. You can do all of it in one place. Okay, and all of it is, and you are creating a master list of information that is useful for you so that you can hit the ground running and help your customers immediately. So let's say I've logged that connect. You're going to notice the system is going to immediately remove Rachel from my who's up next list, and it's just going to feed me the next name. So I know who I need to connect with next without getting overwhelmed. I don't have an overwhelming list of 1,000 names. I know who needs me right now. Who can I help next? Okay, so that's how you can use your who's up next list. Let's say you're someone that sends quite a few emails. Really great tip for you using Teamzy. Did you know that you can send emails through Teamzy now, which is incredible? Yes, if you are a Gmail subscriber, you can actually link your Gmail account and send emails directly through Teamzy, which makes it super simple. Let's see here. So let's go down to, let's pull up Eric's profile here. Okay, anytime you need to search a name, just like I just did, if I know exactly who I'm looking for, I can go ahead and search their name using the search filter at the top of the page. I'm going to click on Eric's name. It's going to redirect me to his overall profile. Let's say I want to connect with him by email. So I would come into the connect option, and I'm going to click that scripts option. From the profile, it looks a little different, but again, you're just looking for that light bulb icon. So you'll click on the light bulb, and I'm going to select email. Okay. So let's say that I've got a really great email a promo email that I've created for 21 Day Fix or something along those lines. You can actually save your templated emails in Teamzy and then quickly send those out without really having to reinvent an email, merge the name, do all of this. Teamzy is going to allow you to do it right from their profile. So doing my connects is that much more simple. So let's say that I wanted to send this email, okay, which is following up when there's interest in the challenge group. So let's say that he's interested in my upcoming challenge group. This account has not been set up for Gmail, so what this is showing you is exactly how to do that setup process. It's super simple. You would simply follow those instructions, connect to Gmail, and it's going to do the link automatically. From there, the next time you hit send email, it's automatically going to give you the opportunity to create your email and send it, okay? So once you've connected to Gmail, you'll be able to send emails quickly and easily. Like I said, you can in fact create your own emails and save them if you'd like. The easiest way to do that is to actually create a new script. So just select new script here. It'll give you a blank dialog box. You can give it a title. You can actually tag it so that you can find it easily in all of the different, in any of the different types. And then you would actually create the body of your email. And from there, it'll be easy enough to copy that script or to hit send as email. And like I said, it'll automatically launch your Gmail if you've got it set up. Okay? So that's your email function built right into your Teamzy. Now, you can send emails directly through Teamzy, but you cannot send Facebook messages. You cannot send text messages. So you still want to get in the habit of, like I did here, quickly opening your Facebook Messenger and having the screen side by side, and you can quickly just kind of add that information. Okay? So that's how doing your connects is super quick and easy. And because I've logged a connect, we'll see here that in my today's activities, I've logged 1 of my 6 for the day, and it lets me know how many I have left, how close or how far I am to meeting my overall goals. So we head back to the dashboard. I would be able to do the exact same thing for my customers and the exact same things for my coaches. So that's ultimately going to be your Who's Up Next list in a nutshell. Now, beyond your prospects, your customers, and your coaches, you've also got a follow-ups list. This is awesome because we know that you're going to set your own manual follow-ups, or you may have custom follow-ups outside of the 30, 60, 90 days that we have set in Teamzy. So let's say I connect with Marlo and he wants me to follow up with him tomorrow. So I can say, okay, that we connected about challenge group. Okay, if I could spell it, be ideal. Okay, so connected about challenge group. And I would say that this was, let's say that was a text message. I invited him to the challenge group upcoming, but you know what? I want to follow up with him before 90 days. So I can actually click here and set my own. So I can say that, okay, I want to follow up with him tomorrow. But if you want to actually see it on a calendar, just go ahead and click custom date and it'll give you access to a calendar and you can stipulate when you want to follow up with that person exactly. Okay? So that's going to be how you manually set your follow-ups. So let's say I want to follow up tomorrow, connected about challenge group. It was an invite. I logged that connect and I can move on to the next person. System now knows that I've completed an invite. I've connected with yet another prospect and it's added Marlo to my follow-ups list. No one, and I repeat, no one falls through the cracks with Teamzy. So now that you've done your setup and we've talked about what your daily follow-ups look like, let's get into some of the other features that are included in Teamzy. So as you're working your follow-ups and you're doing your power hours throughout the day, we know that you're going to be connecting with folks outside of this follow-up list. If you do, just go ahead and search their name here. And like I did earlier where you can just sort of get redirected to their profile, I'd start searching for a name. The system will redirect me. Now, from here, you can do lots of different things. I can alter rankings, okay? Does an automatic save? It's just a matter of quickly clicking the ranking. If at any point you are unsure of what a ranking means or what the follow-up default is, go ahead and click this mini question mark here, and it'll give you that breakdown that we went over earlier. Okay, so I can alter rankings. I can remove someone outright. I can log a connection like we did a moment ago, or I can actually log a sale. So let's say that Melanie and I have connected multiple times, and you know what? I just set her up with the Shape Home Direct. So I can actually log that and save it, and I have that activity record. So next time I connect with Melanie, when she comes up for a follow-up or a check-in or what have you, I know to check, hey, how's your Shakeology going? Or, you know, we were talking about such and such last time. Let me know how that's going, or how can I help? This puts you in a position where you're the all-knowing without actually have to be all-knowing, okay? So that's how you can log a sale in Teamzy. Beyond the connection and the sale, you have your tag options. As I mentioned earlier during the import, you can tag during the import process, or you can tag as you go along. So feel free to add additional tags if you want to. The system's just going to continue to create those lists, okay? So let's say I come in here and I add the 3-day, right? Okay, you'll notice that as I'm adding these tags, it's also adding a tag here. And what I can do is I can click on that and it will give me a list of everyone that I've tagged with that. So for example, we brought in those few people earlier, so everyone that's tagged with 21-day fix is in one list. So Teamzy is allowing you to create the ability to sort and filter your lists with information that you're already collecting. Okay? So know that you can use your tags to add additional identifiers. We talked about logging a connection and a sale. Now, beyond the tags, we've got your follow-ups. We talked about that too. So for Marlo, right now she is set for a follow-up. I think I may have overridden her follow-up. So what I can do here is I can either go back to default, which means that because Marlo is 3-star, she will not come back up on my Who's Up Next list on my dashboard for 90 days. But you know what? I do want to follow up with her about that Shakeology, so I'm going to follow up with her in a week. So come down here, say in a week, the system sets the follow-up. I don't need to search around for a save button. It automatically saves. I can move on to the next person. So it allows you to do everything from managing your follow-ups to managing your customers and your clients and your prospects and your coaches. Okay, so next up, below the follow-ups, we have member type. So member type is really cool because it's going to allow you to stipulate, okay, these are my prospects, these are my customers, these are my coaches. It's just a matter of doing a quick click. If you bring in a list and you want to go through and check your types or make sure everyone's set up in the right place, go ahead and click the all category. That'll give you everyone that's in the database. You've also got a total here. And then toggle type mode. This is going to give you where everyone currently stands. And you can quickly and easily go down this list and say, okay, here are my coaches. Customer, customer, coach, customer, customer, okay? And the system is going to go ahead and save that. And now if I head over to my dashboard, I've now got customers in my customer list, coaches in my coaches list, okay? So that's going to be how adjusting those types for each of your contacts will work. You also have additional lists. If you wanted to see your prospects, you could click here. This is going to give you a running total. This is going to give you a running list of everyone that's currently in the prospect type, customer type, coaches type. If you want to see a list of all of your upcoming follow-ups, you can click this, and this would give you a running list of every follow-up you have set for the next year, okay? So feel free to use those lists so that you can serve your clients better using the information you've already collected. Okay, so we've talked tags, we've talked member types, connecting, sales. Let's dive into that business section before we get into your specific questions. So we started all of this with setting an income goal. So it is very important that you get in the habit of actually tracking your income alongside your overall goal so that you can at any point view and see, okay, you know what, there's 6 months left of the year. I need to kick this into high gear. Or you know what, I'm really killing it. Maybe I can get a little ambitious on that goal. Whatever it may be, utilize these reports so that you can course correct if need be. So when you're logging your income, it'll constantly be conscious of the overall goal. To add income, you just click here or you click here. So we will select add income. The dialog box is going to give you the option to track your commission dollar amount. You've got a date range. So if you're doing it based on your earnings statement or what have you, you can just go ahead and enter a date range there, and it will start to formulate an income report for you. So you will have that side-by-side comparison of how you're doing with your overall progress. The system is also tracking your number of customers against your goal for customers and your number of personally sponsored coaches. If at any point you needed to alter your goals, like I mentioned at the beginning, you could always toggle over to your business section like we're in now, and then you can select yearly income here to edit, okay? On your business section, you've also got access to your growth report, which just simply gives you a linear report of your total customers with respect to your total personal coaches, your personally sponsored coaches. You've got your activities on a monthly basis, line graph, and then you've also got your ratios. Now, if we scroll down far enough, you're actually going to come to an itemized activity history report. This report can be sorted by type. So if you want to take a look at the end of the week, how many people you've been able to connect with, or how many invites, how many sales, you can actually stipulate here, and the system will go ahead and filter out just that nature of that type of connection. So as you're logging these things, if you are a team leader or if you're a team member and you're looking to build your own team, these are really great when you get accountability sessions together, or if you're working success partners in your team or something along those lines. They can compare these reports and start to establish trends in their business so that they can kind of course correct or make adjustments accordingly so that they can achieve their goals. So take a look at your My Business section. Take a look at your business section, because that's going to kind of outline for you where you currently stand and allow you to do a little more tracking. So that's going to be your business section in a nutshell. Last but not least is going to be your university tab. University is basically where you go to learn a little bit about Teamzy if you wanted to take a swing at it yourself. Like I said, you always have access to me. So you can give me a call, you can shoot me a text, or you can send me an email. I will share that information with you. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and this Teamzy university section will always load it up with frequently asked questions, what's going on in our communities. So you can go ahead and click on the FAQs for your network and it'll give you different webinars, video links, FAQs like I mentioned, just so that you can try and get familiar with the system. So know that you've kind of got your training resource built right into Teamzy. Okay, so from Teamzy, if you ever need assistance, help, if you have feedback for us, you've got a little feedback section here and a little help option here. And I'm always here to help. Okay, so let me open up the floor to specific questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and okay, so let's check the chat and see if we've got any questions. Go ahead, like I said, pose any questions that you've got in the chat and I will go ahead and dive into each of those one by one and I'll actually share my screen to answer if I can, okay? So let's take a look at what we've got. So Missy has a question. I needed to find out who I had sent invitations to earlier in the day. Can I find that out? So I know that there are going to be some questions that I've already answered, but some of them that are really important, I'm just going to kind of revisit because I think it's important for you guys to know that. So let's take a look again. So I'm going to show you, Missy, how you can access that activity report, and you can kind of sort it by your invites. So let me get back to my Teamzy dashboard. So here we go. So from your Teamzy dashboard, go ahead and click Business. From your Business section, you're going to scroll down to that itemized activity history. Click Filters here. Indicate invites. You can stipulate the type of invite or you can just include all, and you would apply that filter. I assume it's going to be a running list for you. If it's something that you prefer to view in Excel or something along those lines, you do have access to export it at any time. Okay, so that's going to be how you access your history report. Okay, next question. Let's see here. Okay, Kelly. Kelly wants to know, ranking seems so overwhelming when I'm adding in almost 1,200 contacts right off the bat. Any tips on how to do this quickly and efficiently? Yes, I do indeed. Okay, so we talked about this. It can be a little bit scary, the admin work, right? But what you are doing is you are putting yourself in a position where you never have to scrub a list again, where you never have to do this portion again. So commit the time. This is where it's important, okay? So go with me. Let's take a look in Teamzy. Okay, so what I would recommend for you is to go ahead and select Team on the left-hand side. If you want to take your entire list of 1,200 all at once, you can if you'd like. If you want to do bite-sized chunks, that's usually what I recommend. It's going to put you in a position where you get the least overwhelmed. So if you're viewing your all category, go ahead and select rank mode here, like we did with type mode earlier, and you can actually quickly view everyone and you can go down this list and re-rank. Okay? Now I want you to be rest assured that even if you get, I want to start connecting with people and tracking them in the system. Feel free to get started, jump in. Teamzy is going to automatically assign the default ranking of 3 stars to each person that you import into Teamzy. So that means that no matter what, even if you don't alter their ranking, they're coming up for follow-up in 90 days, okay? So 90-day increments for anyone that you're maybe not sure of, or if you were just, you're gonna hit the ground running and rank as you go along, as you establish those relationships, things like that. So that would be my recommendation, and then toggle that rank mode option because that'll make it easiest for you. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Next up. How do you connect an invite to a sale? Okay, so what you would do in this scenario is you're actually going to track it separately, but you're going to have that running track in that person's record. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's say, so for Marlo, I connected about the challenge group, and I didn't stipulate that that was an invite, but you know what? I can always go back in and edit that. Let's say, okay, so this was an invite, and it was an invite to a challenge group. I did track that appropriately, so I'll save that. Now what I would do is, okay, so she is joining me for the challenge group, but she has decided that she wants to buy some Shakeology. So I could actually track the sale separately this way, and it's going to give me both records. So you'll have in real time, okay, I can see that she is either participating in my challenge group, or acting on an invite that I sent her to move forward with Shakeology or with 21 Day Fix or what have you. So you'll have the running track in the system. It's actually a really good suggestion for them to be linked in some way. So I can definitely post that to my development team. That's what's so awesome about this gig, guys, is I get to actually go straight to my awesome engineers and tell them exactly what your ideas are. Those of you that are using the system on a day-to-day. So keep the awesome feedback coming. Use your feedback section if you need to. Okay, next question. Any plans to have a way to import Instagram contacts or have functionality of Messenger in the app like Gmail? Folks, Gmail is a Google subsidiary. We know that, right? Google is they are an amazing entity, and they've got incredible resources. And we're a very young team that is hoping to build the system into everything that you need it to be. But we've got quite a few features that we hope to build in, including the Messenger option eventually. As far as importing your Instagram contacts, that's an Instagram deal. I'm always on the hunt for trying to figure out a way to export your contacts from Instagram. Right now, they're not making that very easy. So if I do find a way around that, then we can definitely get them into Teamzy. It's just a matter of exporting from Instagram. Okay, so keep an eye out if we ever choose to implement an incredible feature like that where you have the Messenger option directly in Teamzy. You will absolutely be the first to know. Okay, thanks for the question, Kendra. Alrighty, let's see. Will the default of 90 days show in the follow-up list immediately if never been contacted? Yes, exactly. So even if you've never contacted them before, their 90 days is going to start from the day that you import them or from the day they take that ranking, okay? So if you import everyone and you've decided that you're gonna keep everybody at the 3-star, then you can hit the ground running. That 90 days will begin from the day of import. Okay, so and then it will begin again. It's triggered by the connection. So if I log a connect today, the 90 days starts from today. Perfect. Okay, importing. Kendra wants to know, how about importing from your like page in Facebook? That's also another no from Facebook right now, but we're hot on that trail. It's something that we're getting a lot of requests for, so stick with us. You cannot currently export your like page and import into Teamzy or import into anywhere, but as soon as we find a solution for that, I'll get back to you about it. Okay, so that's the deal on your like page. Let's see here. We've got, could you please show how you connect with someone, please? The webinar froze. Oh no, okay. So I'm gonna quickly go over a connection really fast for you guys. Okay, so let's say I'm doing a connection from my dashboard. Okay, so I would simply scroll down here to the next person that I wanna connect with. To log a connect, I'm looking for this screen. Okay, so I'm looking for my connection box. Let's say that I know I wanna connect with Laura via text message because that's her preference. Then I can indicate it's gonna be a text here. Okay, whatever your message is, you would go ahead and jot it in there, log the connect. Again, if the connection is an invite to take action, or if you're including them in a challenge group or something along those lines, remember that you have your invite indication here, okay? So that's ultimately how you're gonna track your connect. Let's see here. How do you connect an invite to a sale? Okay, so we went over that. Email function, have photo attachment. Okay. So the email function within Teamzy does not currently allow you to attach images, but you can actually like copy and paste them directly into the body of the email editor. So let me see if, you know what, I want to quickly try and connect my email really fast. Sorry, guys. Not gonna let me do that really quickly. Okay, so let's go back to Teamzy. Okay, so the question about adding your photos, you would simply get in the habit of either attaching the email, copy and pasting the email with the image embedded in the body of the email, or you can just copy and paste it separately and send it that way, okay? You can always connect with me if that's giving you any trouble, Sharice. Okie doke. Mary wants to know, will we have access to this video? Again, the webinar froze for about 6 minutes and I have missed information. Okay, I am so sorry, Mary, and absolutely. Everyone that's registered for the webinar will have access to the rewatch link afterward. Okay, so I apologize if we had any sort of connection issue. I am coming to you live from the high desert headquarters of Teamzy. So we get a bit of a wind issue out here sometimes. So I'm sorry. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Okay, can you save your own custom scripts? Yes, Chris. If you want to save your own custom script, you would access your scripts here. You can either select new script here. It'll give you that empty dialog box. You simply make your changes. You can indicate where you want to be able to access that, whether it's from an email or from a text message. You would just indicate it here. Copy and paste the body of your email or the body of your script, and then you would just go ahead and save. Okay? So once you've saved that, you can now access that as an email or you can access that as a script going forward. Okay, so let's see. Lindsay, is there any way to change when we follow up with people to match up with the paper list that I have been using? Yes, absolutely. So I went over how you can manually adjust follow-ups, but I do think this one's really important. So I showed you from within a profile. I'm going to show you from your desktop. When you're connecting with people, let's say I connected with Laura, and she's interested in an upcoming challenge group. Okay, so I am. Okay, I would simply indicate how I connected with her. I'm checking in by Facebook, invited her to a challenge group. But she wants some more information. She wants to check in. She wants me to follow up with her tomorrow to go over everything that she can expect within the challenge group. So I'll go ahead and set the default follow-up here to tomorrow. If at any point you wanted to alter 2 days, 4 days, 1 week to, if the date range that you're looking for is not automatically in there, just go ahead and hit custom date and you can do it your own. Okay? So that's how you'd set your manual follow-up. Lindsay, is there any way to change when we follow up with people? And yes, I'm sorry, that's the same one. Sharice, okay, can you edit or add more to the dailies bar? No, that is an awesome suggestion. It's something that we've been getting a lot of. I have brought it to our development team's attention, and they are actually going to work on that, talk about how we can get that built in the future for you guys, okay? So some sort of an option to either include more. Go ahead, Sharice, do me a favor. Drop me an email when I share my contact information and let me know what would be ideal dailies for you. What would be a really great suggestion? Any of you, okay? If there are specific dailies that you wish you had on your dashboard, go ahead and share it with us. I'd love to bring that up at our next development meeting, okay? So how do we export the people from our like pages? Okay, so we went over that earlier, Kendra. Unfortunately, that's a roadblock from Facebook. They're not allowing like pages to be exported. If that changes, if we find a way around that hurdle, I will go ahead and make that information available to you guys, okay? When you're doing setup and you get to the breakdown of the goal, are the numbers represented their unique touches, contacts per year, month, and day? Yes, okay. So we're gonna actually go back to your setup wizard really quickly. So if I hit start here, continue, it's just gonna let me go right through that setup wizard, right back to that breakdown. Okay, so the breakdown for from your setup wizard is indeed yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily, okay? But this is connections with your prospects. So this is all still the same goal. So ultimately, the system is telling you to connect with 1,450 of your prospects in a year, which breaks down to 6 per day, okay? So that's how the breakdown works. If you needed to manually edit it, you could always do so. Okay. Next step, let's see here. Stephanie wants to know, if you've been adding friends by hand, but just figured out how to export your friends list from Facebook. Will it double up on the people that you've already entered in your upload? Okay. So earlier I mentioned that Teamzy does have an immediate duplicate filter. So what's great is if you have added exactly the same information that they are using in their Facebook, like the same email address and the same first and last name, then yes, Teamzy will automatically identify that that's a duplicate. It'll remove them and you won't end up with 2 records. Which honestly happens more often than not, if you're working with someone on Facebook, use maiden names, we use married names, we use so the names may be off or the email address may be different so that they don't get, a bunch of promotional emails from Facebook or whatever. So that might be a disconnect that you may, see a couple of duplicates sort of come through, but in that case, you would just sort of merge them up yourself. It's super simple. I showed you can kind of go through and delete anybody that you don't need in the system. Okay? So let's see if I didn't get a chance to answer any. I think that is, can you get text notifications to do your Teamzy Power Hour or get connected to your iCal or Google Calendar? Okay, so not right now. So we don't have calendar functionality built in, but that is something that we are working on, okay? So our development team, it's something that I have brought to their attention. They are considering it, trying to find the best solution for you. You guys should know that I work with some of the most incredible engineers. It's so awesome. These guys have been creating systems like this designed to help people build their businesses for years on years on years. So we've got really great experience on the back end. They consider all elements when they're building this up. So we want you to know that your feedback is so vital and we really do implement in real time and make changes based on your feedback. But we're also considering the way that everything works with the rest of the system. So we're gonna try and find the best calendar for you. But for now, you don't have any sort of a push notification or a calendar option, okay? On that note, I do wanna mention that we do have an awesome mobile site, however. So you can actually access everything you need on the go. So there's no reason you can't be tracking in real time. If you connect with someone at the grocery store, or if you meet someone new at PTA, or what have you, wherever you are, pick up your phone, pull up their record just like you do on the desktop, and you can go ahead and log your connection. Super simple and easy. To access our mobile site, if you're on an iPhone, go ahead and tap in Safari app.teamzy.com. That's going to go ahead and pull up our mobile site, save that to your home screen for quick access, and now you've got what looks like a virtual app that you can use on the go and track in real time. So use your app. Okie dokie, let's see here. Oh, awesome. Kendra asked before I got a chance to get it out. Any plans for a mobile site, for mobile use? Yes, indeed. We have the mobile site available, so app.teamzy.com will be your best bet. Okay, let's see, Missy. I've been using for about a week and I love it. It's a time saver. Could I repeat the app? So you're going app.teamzy.com, okay? Go ahead and type that right into your browser on your phone, and then from there, you should have an option to save it to your home screen. You can save your login, bada bing, bada boom, you're connecting with people on the go. Don't do it while you're driving, I have to say it. Okay, let's see here. Anything else? Any questions that I've missed? I think that's everything. This is probably a perfect time to share my contact information with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen. If you need help with Teamzy, feel free to reach out to me at any point, okay? So you've got you've got my contact information, cell phone number, so that you can call me. You can text me if it's easier for you. 760-820-2532. You can always reach out to me, or you can email me directly if it's easier for you. Okay, looks like we've got a couple more questions coming in. If you guys are cool to hang with me, I so appreciate it, and I'm definitely gonna keep answering, okay? So it looks like Tracy says, I've been using the free trial for about 3 weeks. I think I'm going to love it. I have seen a few glitches with the email integration, but otherwise all is good. Awesome. Thank you so much for the feedback, Tracy. Any glitches that you have in the system, please ping me, okay? You're helping us refine the overall system for all of our users, not just you. So it may not seem like it's overly challenging for you or causing a problem for you, but if it's something that I can do to help, reach out to me. Just put it on my radar and I'll get the team on it, okay? So if you're experiencing any glitches like that, any issues, you reach out to me. Can we share some success stories? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do, okay, Charisse, I'm going to follow up with you at the end, and I'm actually going to shoot you an email with all of these awesome success stories that we've got that kind of float around YouTube, some really great, awesome coaches that took the time to kind of influence their own teams and let them know how great the system has been for them. So I'll share that with you. And then as you're using it, you all feel free to do the same. Let us know what we're doing really well. Let us know if there's anything we can do better. We love to keep the conversation going with our users, okay? So let's see. Will we be notified when our 30-day trial is getting close to ending? Absolutely, Mary. You're getting a series of emails. It's kind of tracking your progress. It's letting you know when your trial is coming to an end. If you're unsure, if you want to know an exact date, it's actually listed in your Teamzy, or you can ping me and I can get you an exact date. If you want to access it in your Teamzy, I can actually, here, I'll share my screen again. If you ever want to know when your trial is going to expire or when you're ready to subscribe and move forward, you can select your settings section here in the upper right-hand corner. From here, go down to settings. On the left-hand side, you'll have billing. When you select billing, it'll actually give you your end date for your trial if you haven't selected a subscription already. So that'll give you your indication. If you're not able to find it, you're not sure where Jay told you to go, just give me a call and I can get that date for you, okay? And all of your subscription options are here so that you can go ahead and select your plan and keep moving. Awesome, let's see here, okay. Let's see if we Okay, absolutely. Tracy and Charisse, I will follow up with you at the end of this with some success stories. Because God, those are my favorite to share. Okay, so let's see here. How much is the membership? Oops, where'd it go? How much is the membership after the trial? So Teamzy is currently $29.99 per month. You do have access to a really great annual discount. So you just take it in. It would be $299 for the year, $60 by choosing to pay for that all up front. So you do have access to that savings, so know that that's in your settings section, just like I just showed you. Okie dokie. Integration in the future with the Challenge Tracker app to connect with your clients. Okay, so integrations, building in some sort of additional email functionality. These are all things that are on the list for consideration. The second that it becomes more real, we'll either, we will start that conversation with our users, we'll update you and let you know when that's available, okay? Let's see here. If you choose the monthly subscription, can you then change to the annual later? Absolutely. I recommend it if you're not sure, if you're thinking, okay, in a month, I know I'm going to take advantage of that discount. If you don't want to, don't wait for a disconnect in your service or losing out on your Teamzy. Go ahead and jump into that monthly, and then whenever you're ready to upgrade to the annual, you can always go back to that settings section and update. Okay, and you'll still have access to that discount for sure. Okay, let's see. I think, folks, that's everything. And I'm only 9 minutes over. Woo! Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been amazing. I hope you got something out of today's session. Raise a resource if you have any help along the way. We want you to succeed, and we are so grateful that you included us in your success story. Can't wait to hear from you. Talk soon.